Speaking of stunning what they'll believe, here is the Pope of the Jews, Ben Shapiro. He is not just the person who is the arbiter of whether you're a Jew or not. He also finds time to be also a top law enforcement scholar who has an interesting theory about how you can get, what perjury means and what lying to a federal investigator means. Here he is.
The Logan Act is a century-and-a-half old piece of legislation that is overwhelmingly believed to be by legal scholars unconstitutional. It basically says that if you're an American citizen, you can't carry out your own foreign policy. Not only is he an American citizen, though, he was the incoming national security advisor. There's nothing remotely illegal about him talking with the Russian ambassador. So he fibbed to the FBI, right? That is the part that is undisputed, is he fibbed to the FBI. Then it comes out that there are all sorts of documents that make it look like the FBI is attempting to get him to fib to the FBI simply so that they can then turn him against other members of the Trump administration and maybe start moving up the food chain toward President Trump in their quixotic quest to get Trump on Trump-Russia collusion. Well, it turns out that after 3 years of this, basically bankrupting Michael Flynn, after 3 years of him being in danger of having to go to jail for violation of fibbing to the FBI, and I say fibbing as opposed to lying because it's sort of a fib when you lie about something non-material. Right? It is a lie when you lie about something material. Like there's an underlying crime. Did you do the drug deal? Like, nope, didn't do the drug deal. Turns out you did the drug deal, right? That's lying to the FBI in pursuit of a crime. If they ask you, did you eat ice cream yesterday? And you're like, nope, didn't eat ice cream yesterday. Eating ice cream was not a crime. That's why I'm using the term fibbing as opposed to lying. I am deliberately downplaying the extent of the lie because I do not think that this was a material lie, and neither did the DOJ.
Actually, he's wrong about the DOJ did not think it was material. In fact, he can check that New York Times opinion piece today by the investigator involved at the time. But there is no crime of fibbing to federal agents. That is true. You can't be arrested for fibbing. You can only be arrested for lying. And the fact is that he lied on multiple occasions. Why would he lie or fib? Now, I remember when Ben Shapiro was, looking back on why President Clinton should not be impeached, which incidentally, you'll recall, is the only legal proceedings that can take criminal proceedings that can take place against a sitting president for his immaterial fib. But Flynn impeded an investigation. And we should also say, not only was he involved with meeting with the Russian ambassador, which I think is probably fine. Guy was involved in working for other countries while he was servicing that role. Get on the payroll of other countries, entertaining the proposition that he kidnap a Turkish exile in this country.
Fethullah Gulen, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. And hopefully the judge who knows this stuff just sentences Flynn anyways. But it's fibbing. He's the Pope of the Jews and the Pope of the lies, Ben Shapiro.
And the Pope of the dictionary, apparently.
That's right. Well, the legal dictionary. He gets to rewrite the statutory code. Here's the thing. The reason why it is a crime to lie to federal investigators, as opposed to it being a crime to fib to federal investigators. Reason why that distinction doesn't exist is because you don't get to choose. You don't get to choose later to say, like, turns out it was immaterial because you weren't able to prove anything. Well, part of the reason why they couldn't prove anything was because people were lying to them. And if you say that it's okay for people to determine what is that they're doing is a lie and what is a fib, then you have no way of compelling people to tell you the truth when you're involved in an investigation. That's that.
It would make FBI, questionings a lot more interesting if you could, though.
If you could choose.
Yeah. That's something I'm allowed to fib on, I think.
Yeah, that's something. Is that a fibbable offense? Can I fib on that one?
Yeah, I'm only doing it to spare the FBI's feelings.